In an age when faith and fear walked hand in hand, one man would pierce the veil between life and the realms beyond. The year is 1300, on a night heavy with despair. The poet Dante Alighieri stands at the edge of a journey unlike any other, a descent into the very heart of hell. Guided by the spirit of the ancient Roman poet Virgil, he will witness the fate of the damned, face horrors beyond imagination, and search for redemption in the blackest depths of the human soul. This is not just a tale. It is a passage through the shadows of eternity. The journey begins in a dark and tangled forest. The trees seem to whisper. The path twists in endless confusion. Dante's heart races as three beasts emerge from the shadows: a sleek leopard, a roaring lion, and a gaunt she-wolf. They advance, cutting off every escape. Fear tightens in his chest, until a figure appears, calm, resolute, cloaked in the wisdom of ages. It is Virgil, sent by Dante's beloved Beatrice. He offers to lead him to safety, but the path, he warns, runs through hell itself. The air grows heavier as they approach a towering archway of stone. Above it, carved into the ancient rock, are the words, "Abandon all hope, the who enter here." The echo of those words lingers long after they step inside. Here in the anti-inferno, the cries of the uncommitted fill the air, souls who in life stood for nothing. They run in endless circles, chasing a blank banner, hornets stinging their faces. Blood and tears run down their bodies, feeding the worms at their feet. Dante turns away, unsettled by their desperate futility. From the shadows, a figure emerges, the ferryman Corone. His eyes burn like coals as he drives the damned into his boat, carrying them across the black waters of Acheron. The river's surface is still, but beneath, shapes writhe and twist in the depths. On the far shore lies Limbo, a place without torment, but without hope. Here dwell the noble spirits who never knew Christ. Homer, Horace, Ovid, great minds, locked in a sorrow that has no end. Their words are kind, their faces serene, yet their longing hangs heavy in the air. The descent continues, and the sound of wind begins to rise. The second circle is a vast storm, roaring in darkness. Here, the lustful are hurled endlessly on a violent wind, their passions now an unending tempest. Through the gale, Dante meets Francesca da Rimini, who tells of a love so consuming it defied reason and led to ruin. Her voice breaks as she recalls the moment her fate was sealed, and Dante feels the sting of her sorrow. The storm fades, replaced by the stench of decay. The third circle lies beneath a cold, filthy rain, where the gluttonous lie face down in mud, gorged even in death on the filth around them. A monstrous hound prowls among them, tearing without mercy. The fourth circle is a place of endless struggle. The avaricious and the prodigal heave massive stones against one another, colliding with hollow booms. Their grunts echo like the grinding of millstones, the sound of greed and waste locked in eternal opposition. The fifth circle brings them to a swamp, the river Styx, where the wrathful claw at one another's flesh, while the sullen sink into the water below, their muffled curses bubbling to the surface. The air is thick, oppressive. Even Virgil's voice seems muted here. Beyond the marsh, a wall of flame towers over them. The city of disease, demons bar their way, their faces twisted with hate, until an angel descends, radiant and terrible, forcing the gates open. Inside, the sixth circle burns. Heretics lie trapped within red-hot tombs, their screams rising in waves like the roar of a furnace. The air grows hotter still as they enter the seventh circle, the realm of violence. Murderers boil in rivers of blood. The suicides, transformed into gnarled, bleeding trees, grown as harpies tear at their branches. Across a scorched desert, the blasphemers lie under a rain of fire, their skin blistering with every drop. Here, Dante meets his old mentor, Brunetto Latini. Their brief conversation is tinged with affection and regret before the flames separate them forever. From the desert, the monstrous Geryon appears, a creature with the face of an honest man and the body of a serpent. With careful grace, he carries them down into the eighth circle. Malbolge, the pit of fraud. 10 ditches stretch before them. In one, panderers and seducers march under the lash. In another, flatterers drown in human filth. Simoniacs burn upside down. Sorcerers walk with their heads twisted backward. Corrupt politicians boil in tar while demons jab at them with hooks. Hypocrites stagger under leaden cloaks, and thieves transform into serpents and back again. their screams mixing with the hiss of scales. The sowers of discord are torn apart endlessly, their wounds knitting back together, only to be opened again. And in the last ditch, falsifiers rot away with disease, their bodies falling to pieces. The final descent leads to Cocytus, the frozen lake at Hell's Heart. The wind cuts like knives here. In Cana, betrayers of family are locked to their necks in ice. In Antenora, traitors to their homeland stand, frozen to their heads. Here, Dante witnesses Count Ugolino gnaw eternally on the skull of Archbishop Ruggeri. In Ptolemaea, betrayers of guests lie on their backs, their tears freezing in their sockets. And in Giudecca, betrayers of benefactors are sealed completely beneath the ice, their bodies contorted in silent agony. At last, they reach the pit's center, and there stands Lucifer, a monstrous giant, three-headed and waist-deep in ice. His bat-like wings beat the air into an icy storm. In each mouth, he chews a traitor, Judas, Brutus, and Cassius. The sight is so terrible that Dante nearly collapses. Clinging to Lucifer's frozen form, they descend until gravity shifts, the center of the world. Then, turning upward, they climb through a narrow, winding passage. The darkness begins to fade. The air grows warmer, and finally, they step out beneath a sky scattered with stars. It is Easter morning. The horrors of hell lie behind, but the climb toward paradise is only beginning. If this journey through the inferno has stirred your imagination, remember to like and subscribe. Your support brings more epic tales to life, and together, we'll keep walking from the shadows into the light.